Taylor Swift, Cruel Summer. Good morning. It is Big Joe and Lori here on Mix 95.7. Grand Rapids Best Mix. We're so close. So close to Friday. It is Thursday, woo-hoo! September 26, 2024. That woo-woo, inspired by energy drinks that we have guzzled down this morning because we both had exciting days yesterday, at least I guess busy days.
Yeah, very busy. What'd you get into yesterday, Joe?
I just had nonstop stuff. I had another workout. I went like at 4:30 to the Granville Fit Body Boot Camp, and I got that in. It was great. It was a cardio day, and I thought I was going to die. But it feels good after you're done, so
Sure.
shout out to that. And then Lindsay and I went out on a date night, trying to do that more. Lindsay, voiced her, hey, we need to do more things. I'm like, okay. So we went out, checked out Art Prize. We just been so busy, we've missed it. And we got like 2.5, 3 miles in. Like I was tracking it on my my little watch or whatever. And It was great. Obviously, still so much we didn't get to see, but we really focused kind of downtown. And I think one of the coolest things, the most impressive, did you see the King Tut like wood carvings?
No, where are those?
It is inside. I'm gonna mess. It's in like the I took the Skyway, so it's actually in the hotel. Is that the Amway Grand? Like right there on the corner downtown.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah, because we went into the DeVos place. We took the Skywalk, but because they tried to kick us out because it was late. But I was like, watch this. We'll sneak through.
I'm gonna do it anyway.
Yeah, so we checked it out, and you have to Google image this right now. It's one of the top ones, I guess, that are in there, top 100 at least. But it's actually for sale if you want to buy it, and I could totally see it worth every penny. This thing is, if you want to buy it, like $250,000.
Oh, just pocket change. You can probably find that in the couch.
But if you've ever like done any kind of a wood carving or whittled something, this is just, it blows my mind that people are born with this talent or God-given talent, or somehow they've developed this talent, because I can't even sign my name legibly on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
I got no hand control.
No, it always impresses me. We went a few weeks ago. I'm going to try to take the little guy tonight maybe. But my favorite thing over by the Gerald R. Ford museum.
Yeah, the museum, yeah.
The metal giant Lego man that's a moon man. I just think he's so cool. It looks like, it just made me feel like a big kid saying that. And I loved it so much. I think my little guy will love it a whole bunch. And there's actually a really neat inside of there. If you go inside the museum, a veteran made this really, really cool metal painting of a sunset. Okay. And it genuinely, the shininess of it and the way he did it, it really does look like you're standing on the pier in Grand Haven. And it's incredible what he's done with this. And it's my favorite piece, I think, of the whole thing out of all the stuff we saw. And I come back to it every time I think about Art Prize.
Yeah, just incredible talent. And the best thing is you see so many of these artists are from Michigan. I love it. So you can check that on out. Art Prize, I believe, wraps up today, and they got the actual like the voting wraps up or whatever. Or yesterday. I'm so tired, but Laura, my day, who cares? Yours was the crazy place at night, I hear.
Oh, well, I mean, not too bad. Yesterday we went out and did some stuff with the little guy. I took him outside to do Halloween decorations. So we've got 2 big inflatables. We've got Sam from Trick or Treat, if you know anything about horror movies. He's been there for a while, but when we went down south this weekend, we picked up a vampire Bucky, and he is almost 6 feet tall. The packaging said he's 6 feet tall. He's as tall as I am, and I am not 6 feet tall.
Probably a guy like myself, so don't get 6 feet. You know what I'm saying?
Blow
it up.
Guys on Hinge that's lying about his height, but he's still about 5'8", and that's good enough for us, and that's okay.
I knew something was up when Laura said, it's weird. It says 5'11" and a half. I'm like, I don't know, Laura. I think Bucky's a little smaller than that.
Bucky's lying about his height.
So are you going to I'm kind of curious because I think it's cool what you're doing now. I'm kind of jealous. Yeah. Are you going to try to add more and more like inflatables either this year or future years? Are you going to be the inflatable lawn lady?
You know, we don't have much more lawn space for any more inflatables. If we move into a house and have more yard space, oh, absolutely. There's a house in East GR that every year at Christmas has like 50 of them. And I'm like, yeah, that's the energy. I just don't want to pay your energy bill.
It's time for Big Joe and Laura's Need to Know News on Mix 95.7.
A beloved Grand Rapids outdoor coffee shop is going to close soon. Outside Coffee Company, located on the corner of Wealthy Street and Charles Avenue, is going to close on October 2nd.
Oh, what a bummer.
Yeah, my wife Lindsay saw this last night too, just like you. That was her reaction.
Oh, man, it was one of the first places my husband took me to get coffee when we first started like dating or whatever, and I would come up and visit him. So it has a special place in my heart. part.
Oh, you got to go take then baby Justin with you real quick for one more cup.
No kidding.
They posted on their Instagram saying this year, we find ourselves at a fork in the road. We believe the potential of the food truck is maxed out and is not sustainable moving forward. And alternative options prove to be kind of financially out of reach and require more than we could take on. So totally understandable, but a bummer. Now, hey, if you do want to check out Outside Coffee Company, you can, just not here in Grand Rapids. They have a location in Douglas and the Woosha Outfitters, which is co-owned by the Outside Coffee Company. So those will be open if you do want to go make the trip and check them out.
Absolutely. Okay, parents, I'm going to tell you to chill out, and that's not a thing I generally want to say, but Walker police are asking everyone in West Michigan to stop with the rumors.
What rumors now?
Okay, well, recently 2 patrol cars were spotted outside of Walker Elementary School, and people on a bunch of Facebook pages started a bunch of rumors that something terrible was happening because they saw these 2 cop cars outside the elementary school. Turns out it was just resource officers that were there from another school to have a very, very boring meeting. And so everybody starts all this hoopla on Facebook, and everybody thinks it's a whole thing. And so they're just asking, hey, think before you start this stuff, or maybe call the school and ask. But either way, just chill out. Listen, the world's scary, and they even acknowledged it in their message. They're like, we know that it's a scary time, and it's understandable why parents would be nervous, but please understand there are cop cars at schools all the time, so it does not mean there's an emergency.
I'm glad they put that out there, but I could totally see that as far as, it seems like overreacting, but almost not. I mean, heck, when I drive by a store like Meijer or Walmart, like a retail place, and I see a cop car, I'm like, ooh!
Oh, yeah.
And it's probably somebody just stole a little something, but you never know. And for your final need-to-know news story, check this out. You've got a chance to work with Reese Witherspoon.
We at Hello Sunshine are partnering with Amazon to launch a new television show called Elle, which is the prequel to Legally Blonde. And today, we are starting the casting process, and we are making it open. This is an open casting for the young Elle Woods when she was in high school. So send your submissions to the link in my bio. I cannot wait to see all the Elle Woods out there. This is going to be really fun.
I'm so excited. And if they don't give this role to Sabrina Carpenter, I'm going to lose my mind because she is the perfect person for it.
I agree with you, man. And she could sing in there for the soundtrack. I mean, this is a no-brainer.
I'm saying, come on. I know she's a little old to be playing a high schooler, but I think she could pull it off. And if some of the people in the 30s could do it back in the 80s, it's totally fine.
Can I make one more suggestion for who could be in this? Not the star, though.
Okay.
I want her to date a bad boy named Post Malone.
I think he's a little too old to play a high schooler. It'd be kind of creepy.
That is Big Joe and Laura's Need to Know News on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids' best mix. It is Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids' best mix. And you might know this big music star. You ever hear of Zach Bryan? I know, Laura, you know all about him.
Yeah, we used to play him here on Mix 95.7. He had a song with Casey Musgraves, and a pretty big song. Regardless, he recently decided to have a few too many to drink. He got online and started a bunch of stuff, which is actually kind of a common thing for him. He's had to deactivate his social media 6 times, I think, because he says dumb things and then runs away from them. The most latest one was that he kind of took a shot at Swifties, saying that Kanye West was better than Taylor Swift and that the Chiefs were better, or that the Eagles were better than the Chiefs. And I think it came from a place because he is an Eagles fan. So I don't think it was really a shot at Taylor Swift as much as it was a shot at the Chiefs and all of the hoopla that comes with Taylor Swift. But
there wouldn't be a big deal if it was just the Eagles are better than the Chiefs. But Kanye and Taylor, Kanye started it all, but that's been a feud forever now.
That's a decade-old beef going on there. And so he starts all this. Obviously, the Swifties get super mad, and he has to deactivate his Twitter account. I think he's eventually, obviously, he had to apologize, and it was multiple pages on Instagram because he had to be I'm sorry, I really like Taylor Swift. I didn't mean it. Please stop yelling at me. So we wanted to know, what's the time that you had a little too much and maybe you did something that embarrassed yourself? 616-600-0957. Joe, you've never been known to have too many drinks and do something silly.
No, let's treat this like an AA thing. Hi, my name is Big Joe, and I embarrassed myself when I got drunk.
You're maybe a nuisance to society sometimes.
Yeah, there's some things where I posted online. I'm like, ooh, delete that off my story. I've had like the fear the next morning waking up like, what did I post? But this is something even before like really social media. Maybe Facebook and MySpace was around, but I was just out of high school, probably 19, 20. I was at a barn party at my buddy Dave's house, and there's like 30, 40 people there and a keg, and I got so just drunk off beer that I did have a crush on my buddy Eddie, his older sister, like 3 or 4 years. She was out of college and she was in the Army.
Okay.
And she just was, at the time for me, she was my cup of tea. She was hot.
You thought she was a smoke show.
Hey, girl. So, yeah, I got drunk. I had her number because obviously we were like childhood friends or in high school. And I called her up and I left 2 voicemails.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and I guess pretty much I confessed my love saying something to the effect of, hey, Kelly, it's Joe, your other boyfriend. And she actually had a boyfriend who was also in the Army who could probably stomp my head in.
I was going to say, so he could have just absolutely made you disappear.
No. Yeah, no doubt. He would have like said bye-bye. And then I also told him like, I love you. We should get married. I'm like, what the heck?
Oh, no.
I'm like, what is his name? Big Ed from like a 90 Day Fiance. I'm just proposing to everybody over here.
So, I mean, had you ever had a conversation with this girl that you liked her in any way? Or
Not about that.
No.
I talked to her. I'd be at their family house for dinner, like just casual, like friend. I was probably her little brother, Joe. Joe. Like she probably looked at me as like, oh, hey, Joey. And I'm like, hey, Kelly, I love you. We should get married. God,
Did she reply? Did you get a call back? Did you hear anything?
Nothing from her, but my buddy Eddie said, hey, did you call my sister?
That's worse.
Yep. I'm like, yep. As a matter of fact, I did. And we laugh about it now, but oh God, that's just an example. And hopefully you have one now that we can laugh about and it's kind of funny after the fact.
Yeah.
We want to know the embarrassing thing you did when you got wasted, or maybe you were really just buzzed on something. 616-600-0957. That's 616-600-0957.
More from Big Joe and Laura next. And here's what's happening on Mix 95.7.
We are 30 minutes. Actually, I take that back. 25 minutes away from your next code for 30 grand in your hand.
And it's not too late to join along if you're thinking to yourself, oh, I can't do it. I haven't been here the whole time. No, start right now. Download that Mix 95.7 app and be ready to play the next code just after 9 a.m.
This is Mix 95.7.
It's haunt season. Opening night is
With Robinhood Gold, you don't need a silver spoon to eat up the financial favors of the 1%. Robinhood Gold allows the resourceful individual to earn the very liberal rate of 4.5% APY on uninvested cash, receive unlimited 1% deposit bonuses, and be rewarded with a handsome 3% retirement boost on an IRA account. Get the privileges of the high net worth for any net worth for just $5 a month. Sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Terms apply. For product specific disclosures, visit Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. Rate may change. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix. Talking about, well, when you had too much to drink or did something else that you embarrassed the crap out of yourself.
Yeah, just Zach Bryan recently got on Twitter and was like, hey, he'd been drinking, watching the Eagles. He's a big Eagles fan. And I guess they were playing the Chiefs. And he was like, Eagles over Chiefs, Kanye over Taylor Swift. And that made the Swifties incredibly mad for obvious reasons, because they generally don't like it when you take a shot at their queen. And he had to deactivate his Twitter. He posted a multiple page Instagram story. I'm sorry for doing that. I didn't mean it. Taylor Swift's great message, because obviously you have to.
Yeah, you don't want to upset Swifties. You're in trouble, dude.
No, so we were wondering, when did you have a little too much to drink, and what did you do? 616-600-0957, or you can send us a DM in the Mix 95.7 app, like Rebecca over in Rockford, who said, I went up and petted my neighbor's chest in front of his wife.
What?
And all of my other neighbors. He was wearing a one-piece purple velvet jumpsuit at Halloween, and we were all drinking, but yeah, I'm never drinking again. It's been 4 years. I was mortified.
I feel like when that happens, you have to move. Like you just, the house goes up for sale.
Yep.
And you move.
Yep. No, I'm never looking those neighbors in the face again. I'm going to wear a paper bag every time I go out to my car until I do move. So, again, we would love to hear from you. 616-600-0957.
Hey, Kylie in Caledonia, what's going on?
Well, you guys were talking about your tipsy stories this morning, and I have a really good one. Me and my boyfriend at the time were heading to a concert, and I got too drunk and ended up throwing up in the parking lot. And that was the night that he was going to propose to me.
Oh my God. How did that even happen? Did you think that was going to be the night?
No, I had no idea because he said he was going to do it at the most random time and I would have no ideas. So
You said boyfriend at the time. Is he now your husband?
he is, yes.
Wow, so he still gave it another shot.
He did.
Did he tell you after he finally proposed, like, hey, I was going to propose to you at the concert?
Yes, he did. And then I was very mad.
Oh, boy. I got to know what led to this. What were you drinking?
Red Bulls and vodka.
All right, that can get you, but at least you had a good time.
Yes, we did.
It didn't give you wings, and it didn't give you a wing. So, see what I did there?
Yeah.
Ring. That was bad.
Boo.
Dustin in Grand Rapids, what happened when you had too much to drink?
You know what? It's kind of serious that I got a DUI. And, yeah, nothing's more embarrassing than going to jail, let me tell you. But you know what? Ended up learning a lesson from that, and now I am actually a therapist in Easttown.
Oh, wow. That is so cool that not cool that the first thing happened, but that you were able to kind of learn a lesson and really you're able to like help other people with what happened to you.
Yeah, I mean, and then through that embarrassment, I mean, if you're feeling embarrassed, you're growing. You realize you made a mistake. And, yeah, we can kind of chuckle about it now, but ultimately I'm just thankful I didn't hurt myself or anyone else.
Oh, no doubt
kidding.
about that. Now, like back then when that happened, obviously it's embarrassing, but did everybody find out? Like, did you lose your job? I mean, there's so many things. Like if Laura and I got arrested for something like that,
Oh, we're definitely jobless.
You'd hear it all over the news and the show is gone. We're done.
No, I was in a very lucky place. The owner of the coffee shop I worked for, he's like, I know you're a good man. You just made a poor choice. And boy, when I came back and any opportunity I had to work, I was giving my 100% because I knew I could have lost it.
Oh, absolutely. And shout out to your boss for having that much like foresight to say, hey, you're a good person who messed up. Let me give you another chance. Because a lot of people just don't have the whereabouts to do that. That's really cool that you were given that opportunity.
Yeah, and I I think it helped that trajectory as well.
Absolutely.
So I could have went down in the dust, but this man was like, you got this.
You know what? That's awesome, and thank you for the reminder that we're all human. We all make silly mistakes, and at the end of the day, you absolutely can turn it around and get that egg off your face, if you will, especially if you're Joe and you're proposing to your friend's older sister.
All right, you know what? We could have just stuck to the story we were talking about.
Hey, you know what, Joe? Plan B turned out better than Plan A, my friend.
See, it did work out in the long run. Everybody's trajectory is all lined up. Thank you for sharing this morning.
You're very welcome. Thank you, guys. You guys are great.
Oh, thank
too.
you. We're Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7.
When you think about businesses that are selling through the roof, like Aloe or Allbirds or Skims, sure, you think about a great product, a cool brand, and brilliant marketing. But an often overlooked secret is actually the businesses behind the business, making selling simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. Nobody does selling better than Shopify, home of the #1 checkout on the planet. And the not-so-secret secret? With Shop Pay that boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts going abandoned and way more sales going. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell whatever your customers are scrolling or strolling on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout Skims uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/try, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/try to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/try.
Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix. We were talking about, you know what, you had a little bit too much to drink or whatever, you get wasted, and then you do something absolutely embarrassing.
Yeah, Zach Bryan recently did that when he decided to tweet that Kanye was better than Taylor Swift, all because of a football beef, basically. And he backtracked because obviously the Swifties came for him. But we were asking your stories of times you got a little inebriated and maybe did something silly. 616-600-0957.
Hey, I always love when you call Jeremy in Greenville.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Well, you guys are talking about bad things that happen when you get drunk. Well, I may have teabagged the first person to pass out at a party.
Come on, Jeremy. How old were you?
sounds like 30.
No. No. That's something that I'm ashamed to admit, like in high school. It was the funniest thing.
I was expecting 21, 22.
Yeah, it was a college.
No, I was 30.
Oh, my.
So the worst part about it is said person decided to press charges, and I got assault and battery for it.
Oh, no.
Jeremy, you got a record now?
Yeah, I got 30 days in jail over teabagging somebody.
Oh, I mean, I'm so sorry you went through that, but when you're in jail, do you tell people that's the reason?
What are you in here for, man?
Or do you lie?
Oh yeah, like people are like, really? Like they seriously charge you for that? I'm like, yeah, don't do it.
We have real crimes out there. They're like, Jeremy teabagged a guy. We gotta put him behind bars.
Right.
Oh, no.
So yes, I do have a little bit of a record now.
Oh, I'm sorry that happened to
Remind
you.
me to never go camping with Jeremy.
No, I think he learned his
Right.
lesson.
No, he's probably a repeat offender.
You know, Joe, if you wake up in the morning and never mind, we'll leave that off the air.
Yeah, I'm okay, Jeremy. You keep that to yourself.
Jeremy, we love you. Thank you for
Okay.
calling. You always make us laugh so hard.
All right, you guys have a good day.
You too,
buddy.
teabagger.
See ya.
Bye.
If you're a facilities manager at a warehouse and your HVAC system goes down, it can turn up the heat, literally. But don't sweat it, Grainger has you covered. Grainger offers over 1 million industrial-grade products for all your operations, including warehouse HVAC maintenance. And even better, they offer access to experts and fast delivery, so you and your warehouse can both keep your cool. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Good morning. It is Big Joe and Laura here on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids' best mix.
And recently, a TikTok user went viral when she got very angry and pointed out that there is a product that has been ruined when they made it more eco-friendly.
Box of Shake and Bake. This costs $4 buckaroonies at Walmart. It's called Shake and Bake. You shake the seasoning and then you bake it. That's how it's been ever since my mom was a kid, all right? Tell me why these no shaker bags for less pack plastic bag. I don't have a bag to shake and bake this. What do you mean?
Wait, so there's no bag included?
They did not include the bag in the Shake and Bake, nor do they anymore. How are you supposed to shake it? This woman is correct. And not only does it cost $4 for some panko crumbs and seasoning, because you know that's what Shake and Bake is.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. And it's fine. I used to love Shake and Bake. I remember when that was the big trend. We saw all of the ads in the 90s.
Oh, if you had Shake and Bake, like, you're doing pretty good in my eyes.
You were pretty bougie. It was up there with Rice-A-Roni, the San Francisco treat. But listen, this woman bought this bag of Shake and Bake. There's no bag inside of it because it's air quotes eco-friendly. And so she's like, what am I supposed to do? Like, what do? Take the Meyer bag and put your chicken and the seasoning in there and shake it up real good and hope that works out? Like, what if you don't have a bag? This is a valid point. You've ruined the entire product.
I really can't believe that that's even allowed. I can't believe that you could sell a product called Shake and Bake and not include something to shake with.
Yeah, I mean, it seems silly, and I get it. You know, eco-friendly air quotes. You know, they're just being cheap. It's not. They don't really care about the environment. They care about the 5 cents they save in every box because they didn't include the bag. So I want to know what product was ruined. They tried to make it healthy or eco-friendly or just change it in any way to make it better.
Okay. I got something. Okay. I think they tried to make it better, an improvement on this, and it made it worse. That or I'm just stupid. Have you had a newer gas can recently? Have you bought a newer gas can?
We have one from a couple years old, but I don't use it. It's a James item.
I don't remember what it was back in the day. My Uncle Benny had like 2 or 3 gas cans because I used to do a bunch of yard work for him and stuff for the weed whacker and the mower. And that was easy. You just reeked the gas. You popped open one end. You hear psh, like all the pressure coming out. And then you just pour it in. Good to go. Now they look really cool. But like you have to put it inside of the tank and then kind of push down so it'll open up the valve or something. Every time I try to like flip the nozzle because it's inside stored away. You got to pull it out. I always get gas on me. And maybe you work with gas tanks all the time, like landscaping or something, and you know like what I'm talking about. But Laura, they've ruined it. Gas cans, trying to make them better, I think have ruined them.
Now, I've got another food thing that I think have been ruined. Not the packaging of it, though, but it was an attempt to make it more healthy or more, but not healthy like as in the sense of less calories, but Trix cereal. They took all the artificial dyes and chemicals and whatever out of it. It tastes like wet cardboard now. It's terrible. They used to be those cute little fruits. Remember the blue raspberry one had the red in the middle and all the little blue circles. And I remember just enjoying it. Well, now they're all just like little weird circles that look like just terrible 3-color candy. It's terrible. It's the worst cereal on the whole planet. At that point, if you can't make it without it having like cancer chemicals or whatever you're worried about in there, just make a new cereal. Try something different because clearly Trix is not good for us and we can't have it. But don't give me cardboard and call it Trix. That's just cruel.
Don't take away Laura's red dye number 40, okay?
Listen, or if you do, just for I don't know, give me like something better.
Do you have a product? Maybe it's a food, maybe it's like an item, an appliance, whatever it is, where they ruined it when maybe it was trying to be healthier, cheaper, whatever. 616-600-0957. Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix, Big Joe's Little Wins. Call in and share something that you're happy about, you're excited about. It could be something big, something small. We just want to spread that positivity across West Michigan. And Laura, did you say your big little win involves Tom Brady?
It does. I have a little win that's a pretty big deal. Over the weekend, my husband and I went down to Knoxville, Tennessee to cover Morgan Wallen's big homecoming concert, which was super cool to be there to start. But we posted a video of Peyton Manning walking in, and I had to run across the stadium in order to get this video up in time, so we were the first people on the planet to get this video out. And because of that, Tom Brady was laying in bed last night, saw it, and he liked the video. So we got a notification that Tom Brady liked the video I posted to our Instagram, and I'm losing my mind.
Wait, the real Tom Brady, not some parody account?
No, it has like a priority, a place where it's like priority people. So if you're really important, you get a special category in our notifications.
Yeah.
And you click on it's him. Check mark the whole thing. I cannot believe it.
I would poop my pants if I was you and James. That's so cool.
So cool.
Tell us about your little win. 616-600-0957. Christy and Waylon, you got one this morning?
I just survived my every 2-year dentist appointment lecture, and I made it out there without bloody gums, so it was a good day.
Oh, boy. So, all right, Christy and Waylon, you're saying that you get busted not flossing like you should be?
No, I never do. And then the odd part was she continuously told me how great my teeth are, how she would have never guessed I hadn't been in for 2 years, but then said all these bad things that could happen if I didn't start coming in more regularly.
But it's like, but they didn't happen.
I know. I couldn't say that with all the tools in my mouth.
She's like, Chrissy, are you like us, or not? Well, at least I say me. I don't know, Laura, if you have the same experience at the dentist, but you always feel like you need more water when they're grinding all that crap off you. You're like, please give me water. This is disgusting. And then they're like, suction, please. You're waterboarding me.
I did feel like I was being a bit waterboarded, but I'm just tired of sending my dentist to Hawaii every year, so I only go every 2 years. And yeah, the lecture was pretty intense today, so I survived.
Well, you survived, and I'm proud of you. Listen, and they'd be horrified. I don't think, oh, God, I don't want to admit this. I don't know the last time I went to the dentist. Like,
what do you mean?
Legitimately. Well, I know that I had my wisdom teeth removed in 2019, so I can't account for at least then. I definitely haven't since.
22, 23.
I definitely have not
you
been
are
since.
In for it.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to get yelled at so much. I am really good about like being diligent about keeping everything really clean and stuff, but I need to go real bad.
Laura, your teeth are going to fall out. You got to go.
Oh, I know. Listen, I don't have a dentist in West Michigan, so if anyone has a dentist that's not too judgmental, 616-600-0957.
Come on, like there's not dentists around in Google.
Oh, I know. I had the same dentist growing up my whole life. It was my neighbor across the street. So now I'm just like, I don't want to go to anybody else, but I need to actually just get it together and go.
I don't know if you'll find somebody that convenient though across the street.
Well, hey, Chrissy and Waylon, it is definitely a little win to get that dentist appointment done and to not have your gums bleed everywhere.
Yeah, congrats.
Yep, good day.
Hey,
right,
do you have a
thanks,
little
guys.
win like Chrissy and Waylon? We'd love to hear about it. 616-600-0957. It's Big Joe and Laura here on Mix 95.7, and I have shared in the past how my sweet, sweet boys, Benny and Paddington, can be a little naughty. We have this awesome friend of ours, Amanda. She also dog sits for us on the side and will watch our house. And she just takes really good care of the dogs. That's what you asked for, right?
Absolutely. A good dog sitter is almost as good as a good babysitter. They're hard to find, and you just want to protect them at all costs.
And what does she get in return? Her thing's destroyed.
Oh, no.
Yeah, before, if you missed this, you could check it out on our Big Joe and Laura Instagram. The photo, I believe, is still up there. Benny and Paddington got into the room that she was staying in. The door lock didn't work or whatever. They were able to push it open with their nose, and they chewed up her leather cowboy boots that were hundreds of dollars.
Oh, yeah. And you weren't sure if you were going to have to replace them because you kind of placed blame on her with the door and some other stuff.
Well, I
for
told
people
her
that
she
may
has to
remember.
close the door, but then I didn't realize the door was broken. Like, it sounds like it locked, but it didn't.
So-
you could just, like a toddler could push it open.
So these two dogs have already terrorized this woman pretty sufficiently.
Yeah, and I don't know why. Maybe Amanda just really is a glutton for punishment, but she agreed, hey, I'll keep on watching those two wolves of yours. So Lindsay and I last week went to Indianapolis for a good friend of ours' wedding. So, we couldn't bring the dogs, so we just left them at home, and she watched them, and that was awesome, Friday through Sunday. Well, they ruined something else while we were gone of hers.
Oh, did she leave another pair of shoes out or bra? I hear dogs like to chew up bras.
No, Benny and Paddington, and I'm going to post this photo up on our Big Joe and Laura Instagram and our Facebook page in a second, but I'm gonna blind react, let Laura see this right now.
Okay.
Benny and Paddington ruined the engagement.
Okay. I see. Okay, they're both in the photo. So I'm seeing that.
That's just one of them. I got more coming in. Amanda, awesome, was hanging out on Friday. She went to go meet her boyfriend. I guess they're gonna have like a date or something like that.
Yeah, and it looks like they're by a lake, and there's like a blanket with some candles. And
He sets his whole thing up. It's absolutely incredible. Like a lot of thought going into this. Way better than what I did when I proposed.
Sure.
And she didn't realize it, but she brought Benny Paddington with her.
Oh, no.
So in the photo, they look like, oh, God, get this over with. Like all the photos, because she brought the dog, she has to hold the dog in the engagement photos. So Benny and Paddington ruined physical material before, and now they ruined one of the most special moments in her life.
It really does look like two people that just adopted some dogs and they don't really know how to handle them, and it's just very uncomfortable. This does not look like a romantic situation at all. I don't want to victim blame here, but I'm going to say I don't necessarily agree that this is Benny and Paddington's fault.
Wow, I'm surprised you're not jumping on them.
Trust me, I'm the first to blame the dog. If the dog does something stupid, ask our dog Tula. But no, I genuinely believe. Now, how long out did you ask your friend to watch them? Like, how long has this plan been in the works?
Like I guess being gone?
Yeah.
Well, Lindsay does all that, so probably a couple of weeks, maybe a month.
Okay, so it wasn't like you asked like 2 days before, right?
No, but I mean, I don't think she knew there was a proposal coming.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Why would this guy propose when he knows that she's dog sitting and has these dogs with her? Like, I'm not, again.
You're
I'm not
blaming
trying
the
to-
guy. It's
I
the
am.
guy's fault?
I don't think it's the dog's fault this occasion. Again, I blame the dogs almost always, but I don't think it's the dog's fault that they were brought into this engagement against their will. I think he should have been like, hey, you're dog sitting this weekend. Maybe let's try this next weekend when you're not dog sitting, because now all of our photos have been ruined because I couldn't think ahead about, the situation that you'd be walking the dogs in.
If you don't already, go follow us right now on Instagram or Facebook, Big Joe and Laura. That's where I'm going to post this. We're also on TikTok too, but I'll put that photo up. But I just shared that, and I'm so embarrassed because these dogs are good dogs. I swear, deep down there is.
I really thought you were going to say that like they ate the ring or something terrible. But genuinely, this is pretty good behavior for Benny and Paddington. They're just being boys.
But whether it's your dog or somebody you know, I bet there's been a proposal that got ruined somehow.
Yeah.
Did you drop the ring somewhere and lose it, or did somebody else mess it up or spill the beans? Whatever it is, I'm sorry it happened, but Laura and I need to know. What happened? How did the proposal get ruined? 616-600-0957. Give us a call.
At your job, do you ever have to deal with a nose roller? How about a snub pulley? Well, if you're installing a new conveyor belt system, dealing with the different components can sound like you're speaking a foreign language. Luckily, you've got a team ready to help. Grainger's technical product specialists are fluent in maintenance, repair, and operations. So whenever you want to talk shop, just reach out. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, it's Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix, and we really do appreciate it when you call in at 616-600-0957, and when you're part of the show that way. I really appreciate it because I'm embarrassed again. My dogs, Benny and Paddington, in the past ate our dog sitter's cowboy boots, hundreds of dollars. They ruined them.
Yep.
And then they just ruined her proposal recently because she didn't know she was getting proposed to. Good surprise, right?
Yeah.
And she had Benny and Paddington with her. She's like, yeah, I'll just bring him to go see my boyfriend. Sure, at the park. Well, he proposed, and, well, who's going to hold the dogs, right? Like they do. You can't let them run loose.
Yeah, and so all the photos just look like they're being held hostage by the dogs.
The most disinterested Benny and Patty been, they're like, this ain't going to work out. Who cares? We're going to eat his boots too.
Well, listen, I'm going to be honest. I still don't think it's their fault. I'm going to put the blame on him because if you knew she was dog sitting and walking the dogs and you have no idea the temperament of those dogs, don't propose then.
Random thought just came to my head, by the way, about this because they're getting married. Do you think they'll invite us to the wedding?
If Benny and Paddington aren't the ring bearers, even though they'd be the worst ever, at least asked,
Okay.
I'd say that wedding is doomed. It's doomed. They better be invited.
So what is the situation where the engagement got ruined? Because I feel like Benny and Paddington, they definitely did some work here. 616-600-0957. Mariah and Ionia, what happened with the engagement?
So I accidentally ruined my own engagement, kind of.
Oh, no.
What happened?
So unbeknownst to me, we went to Mackinac with my fiance and my daughters, and we went to the island because it was my birthday.
Sure.
I got a fishbowl, and I drank the entire thing myself.
Oh, no.
And I was extremely drunk on the way back, and that was the night my fiance was planning on proposing to me.
Did he try to slow you down at all? Like, hey, honey, why don't you take it a little easy?
Have some pretzels.
He definitely did. He was like, all right, let's pace ourselves. You know, we got to get back on the boat. My sister was there, and she had my oldest daughter, and she's like, you know, we got the kiddo. And he tried to help me with my fishbowl. I'm like, no, this is mine. This thing is delicious.
Mariah?
So he didn't propose that night. When did he end up doing it instead?
He ended up surprising me the next night before we left because my sister and brother-in-law have a cottage right on the beach. So he's like, hey, we got a frame while we were on the island. Do you want to get a picture for it? Yeah, sure, let's do it. And he ended up proposing to me on their beach.
Oh, well, at least it worked out. Maybe it was meant to be that you had a little too much fishbowl and ended up having a picture-perfect proposal, for lack of better words.
Yes, my dad probably won't let me live it down, though. He told me that I ruined it.
I know. If I was your family, I'd bring it up every anniversary. Mariah, I got to ask, was this, when you were there on Mackinac Island, was this at the Pink Pony?
It was.
Yep. You got to watch out. Those fish bowls are delicious but dangerous.
Yes, they are.
Have you singing Chapel Row before long. Hey, Mariah, thank you so much for calling. We appreciate you. We hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, you guys, too.
Thanks, bye.
It's time to play Laura Can't Lose on Mix 95.7. Here's how it happens. You'll have 1 minute to answer 5 questions. You can pass if you need to, and we'll come back if time allows. A tie goes to Laura because, well, her name's on the show. Here's who's playing Laura Can't Lose today.
Let's say good morning to Robert in Newego, playing for $50 of that Michigan Lottery jackpot.
Good morning. How are you, buddy?
Doing good. How about you guys?
Hey, can't complain. It's a nice day towards the end of the week. So how confident are you feeling about your ability to beat me today?
Well, I'm pretty confident when I'm just listening, but actually going up against you, I'm a little nervous.
Oh, don't be. I'm barely competent. You got this, buddy.
Well, let's get this game going this morning. Robert, go ahead and kick Laura out of the studio.
All right, Laura, you got to move.
All right, when that door closes, question 1 comes your way. What is a turkey stuffed with a duck stuffed with a chicken called?
Pass.
Question 2, what's the shorter name for a digital versatile disc?
Pass real quick.
Question 3, what is the only continent without any bees on it?
Antarctica.
Question 4, what rock musician is known as the Motor City Madman?
Kid Rock.
Question 5, this cat food tastes so good, cats ask for it by name.
Meow meow.
Question number 2 again. What's the shorter name for a digital versatile disc?
Thumb drive.
Question 1 again. What is a turkey stuffed with a duck stuffed with a chicken called?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Okay, I'm going to bring Laura in.
Laura!
Robert in Nuevo as Laura walks back into the studio. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Just a father of 2 beautiful girls. And married.
Lucky dude right there.
So
all right.
that's the life.
Yes, I am.
Well, let's see if you can get a win for all those special people in your life. Laura, you do have a chance today to beat Robert from Nuevo. He got 1 out of 5 right.
Oh, no, buddy.
I told you I always do better when I just listen.
No, I'm telling you, this is a trend. There have been multiple people in the last week that have gotten 1 out of 5. I feel like Joe is causing shenanigans with these questions.
Well, we'll see. Question number 1 for you, Laura. What is a turkey stuffed with a duck stuffed with a chicken called?
A turducken.
1-0. That is correct.
The worst abomination of Thanksgiving. Thank
What kind
you,
of sicko's
Internet.
like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to shove a bird into
Inside
another
a bird
into
another
bird.
and then cook them all. Nightmare.
Question 2. What is the shorter name for a digital versatile disc?
DVD.
That is correct. 2-0 going into question 3. What is the only continent without any bees on it?
Antarctica.
You guys both got that right. The score is now
Way to
3-1.
go,
Question 4. What rock musician is known as the Motor City Madman?
Alice Cooper.
Incorrect.
What?
It's Ted Nugent.
Oh, he doesn't deserve
I
a
should've
name
knew
that
that one.
cool.
Yeah, Robert said Bob Ritchie, a.k.a. Kid Rock.
I would accept Kid Rock. Ted Nugent does not deserve a name that cool. Someone take it away and give it to someone else.
All right. It is now 3-1 going into question number 5.
Okay.
This cat food tastes so good, cats ask for it by name.
Meow mix. Meow, 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 meow.
Could you continue with that? That was very good.
I know the whole song.
Poor Robert had part of it right. He said meow meow.
Oh, it's close. You said it in cat,
I remember the
technically.
commercial.
Yeah, I was like, he said it in cat. So, I mean, that should count for half a point.
No, but okay. Laura's our winner today with the score being 4-1, which means Robert Nuevo, you know what you have to do now, right?
I don't remember, but Laura, I lost.
I'll take that. We'll let that go.
We'll let that one go. Good enough.
All right. Well, if you want a shot at taking on
Oh,
Laura.
Laura can't lose.
I got there.
All right, at least Robert got something right this morning. All right. Hey, if you want to be like Robert Nuevo to play Laura Can't Lose, pick up that phone and call us right now. 616-600-0957.
When you think about businesses that are selling through the roof, like Aloe or Allbirds or Skims, sure, you think about a great product, a cool brand, and brilliant marketing. But an often overlooked secret is actually the businesses behind the business, making selling simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. Nobody does selling better than Shopify, home of the #1 checkout on the planet. And the not-so-secret secret? With Shop Pay that boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts going abandoned and way more sales going. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell whatever your customers are scrolling or strolling on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout Skims uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/try, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/try to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/try.
Mix 95.7, we're Big Joe and Laura, and we were out to lunch last week with some friends, and we got into this debate because our buddy Jay, his wife, is several inches taller than him. Like, she's like, what, 6'1"?
Yeah, she's very tall. And so they were talking about how most women are not brave enough or will not date a man that is shorter than them. And I said, hold up. I am also a tall woman. I'm not quite as tall as Kathy Joe. I am only 5'9", 5'10", somewhere in between there.
Yeah.
Depends on when you measure me and what shoes I'm wearing. But regardless, I've dated plenty of men that were shorter than me. In fact, my husband's my same height, and pretty much almost every male I've dated has been shorter than me. I even dated a guy that was 5'5" at one point. So I was like 4 or 5 inches taller than this guy.
Dang, that is a huge. Is that with heels?
Me in heels?
Like, was there that big of a gap without you wearing heels?
Yeah, no, that's flat foot, 5-inch difference.
Boy,
And then my longtime boyfriend on and off in college, I think he was 5'7", so I was 2 inches taller than him. I did date a guy that was 6'3" at one point. That's the only really tall guy I dated, so I actually did have to look up at him. But I never took height into a factor of whether or not I like somebody, because as a tall woman, while it is annoying that you can't wear heels with the shorter guys because they usually get a little weird about it, or other people get weird about it, I never saw it as a problem. It doesn't matter at the end of the day, especially if, like, when you spend 90% of your time with somebody sitting down or something like that, you could barely tell the height difference unless it's so extreme, like a foot plus. So who cares?
I don't care either, but I do feel like, and listen, at the end of the day, you're not a bad person if you have a personal preference, whether anything about body types. We're drawn to certain things.
Sure.
Now, I've had several friends that are shorter dudes, and by that I mean I think they're like 5'5" or less, which to me is, for a man, probably shorter. I had like a buddy that was 5 foot, very, very short.
Okay.
And they were good-looking dudes. They were good people. So there was other things that I could think that would disqualify them, but they struggled with women. Like, the women thought they were great. They're awesome guys, but they just couldn't get past their height.
I hear what you're saying, and I know it's a stereotype that women care, but I'm going to be honest. I think only really shallow people care about that, and those people are going to care about something else other than your height before you get to it. So, like, while your height might be the thing that's stopping you here, they would stop you somewhere else because they're so shallow. It's kind of like I don't know. I think if you're going after people that are like that, they're going to dislike you no matter what. So I don't think it's fair to say, hey, because I'm short, all women aren't going to date me. No, you probably have taste in women that are kind of not the nicest people, and they don't like you for a plethora of reasons, and they're just blaming your height for it because that's what you think it is.
616-600-0957. A couple of different ways that we could hear from you. If you're a lady and you're like, you know what? Yeah, I can't date that short dude. Or maybe from the male perspective, if you've had a problem, you're like, dude, I'm a short king and ladies love me. That'd be great too.
Absolutely. 616-600-0957.
It is Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix. And we got to have lunch last week with our friend Jay and his wife. I'm blanking on her name.
Kathy Joe.
Kathy Joe, yes. And Kathy Joe is a tall lady compared to most. She's 6'1".
Yeah.
And well, he's not short, but man, she towers over him. And I'm like, dude, it's so hard for you, right? He's like, no.
Not at all. He was like, I will climb her like a beanstalk. And I was like, that's the correct energy, sir. We love to see it. As a tall woman, I get it. And you know what? I don't think it ever discouraged me from dating a man who was shorter than me. And maybe it's just I don't care. Maybe I'm the anomaly. But I told her, I was like Kathy Joe agreed. It's not about the height. It's about the personality, who he is, because I've met plenty of tall dudes that I would rather run screaming away from than have anything to do with. So we wanted to know, would most women date a man who is shorter than them? Now, we asked you to call at 616-600-0957. You can also always send us a DM inside our Mix 95.7 app, like Christy at Grand Rapids, who said, I'm 5'4", which is the average height for an American woman. The problem in West Michigan is the height of women is taller than average because there's so many Dutch people here.
Yeah, Dutch women, men too, but man, just a whole other beast. I didn't grow up on the west side originally. I grew up like near Lansing and Howell.
Yeah.
And I came out here, I'm like, oh my gosh, everybody's so tall.
So yeah, I mean, the women of West Michigan, if we did date people that were shorter than us, game over. I'm not Dutch, but I relate to the Dutch women of being tall because I'm the short.
5'5".
Yeah, boo, boo you. Listen, I am the shortest in my family. We're Scottish. I don't know if that's a Scottish trait or not.
Well, it explains why you're angry all the time.
Yeah, no kidding. It does actually explain, and my love of bourbon. But regardless, we also got a DM of the Mix 95.7 app from Jessica Muskegon, who said, it depends on how much shorter. An inch or two, no problem. And I think that's fair. I think shorter, if there's a foot difference, it could get a little weird and awkward, and I get it. But I think an inch or two, most people aren't even going to notice they're shorter than you unless they're just some weirdo.
Yeah, but it goes to show, though, even that inch, it makes a difference.
Oh, come on.
616-600-0957.
Candy in Ionia, would you date a man that's shorter than you?
I've been married to a man that's shorter than me for 30 years.
Thank you.
3 inches shorter than me.
How much?
3 inches shorter, and when we got married, I had to wear slippers because otherwise I'd be tall and in an awkward position.
I've been there and done that, Candy. No shame. How tall are you, if you don't mind us asking?
I'm 5'7".
Okay, so you're like around my height, and there's nothing wrong with dating shorter men, and I don't think most women care, because at the end of the day, we don't care. It's men that have this perception that we suddenly are judging you based on something you can't control. I mean, that's like it's saying that men won't date women because they don't have certain assets on the chest or the posterior, but I don't think that's really true for most people.
Laura and Candy and Ionia, let me tell you this. I don't know if you've heard of it recently, but I've seen some women online where it's the 666 club. They want the man to be 6 foot tall, 6-figure income.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the other one is. Maybe if you don't slow it down there. But my point is, I think from a dude's perspective, luckily I'm like 6 foot, I'm okay. It's hard out there for short guys. I got short friends and the girls giggle about them and all that stuff.
Let me tell you, if the 666 rule was real, Joe, we'd all be single and alone because there's so few men that fall into that category and have all three of those things. No way. That's so stupid. It's not real.
I always wanted to be with a tall guy, and I just ended up with a short guy.
Kenny's like, I just love what I got, and I'm not going to worry about it.
Do you ever just
Good
get on
for
like
you,
some
man.
platform shoes or like, hey, wear my heels? Like just so you can have a chance?
My husband used to wear cowboy boots. He doesn't anymore.
Oh, well, there you go. That's man heels. They don't want to admit it, but that's definitely man heels.
Well, Candy and Ionia, thanks for chiming in this morning. We appreciate you. Jessica, what did you want to say?
One, the whole 6-figure club. Whoever's dating any of those women are dating some unrealistic women. Second off, I know this guy that was like, those girls are looking for perfect, and there is no such thing as perfect. So they're delusional. I knew this back in the day.
I think little person's the word we have to say. But okay, this person that was very, very short.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, he walked into the club with more women than most of the guys in that club.
Really?
So I swear, like, everybody was like, what is going on? This guy was always surrounded by girls.
You know what, though? I'm telling you, I think short guys, you have to have more confidence to pull it off. And so when you do have that confidence, women see that. We don't care about how tall you are. We care about how confident you are.
Absolutely. My husband's not tall by any means, but I'm short as well. So, but I've dated short guys. I see no problem with them because you're right. They're confident.
Yeah.
Confidence is the key.
Absolutely. Thank you. I'm saying
You're
thank
welcome.
you.
At your job, do you ever have to deal with a nose roller? How about a snub pulley? Well, if you're installing a new conveyor belt system, dealing with the different components can sound like you're speaking a foreign language. Luckily, you've got a team ready to help. Grainger's technical product specialists are fluent in maintenance, repair, and operations. So whenever you want to talk shop, just reach out. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.